If you choose to fight back against an armed robber, you have to do so with attitude, skills, and plan. Hi everyone, this is John with today's active self-protection lesson out of Brazil. Shows us an armed robbery here with a store owner behind the counter who's going to attempt to resist an armed robber. It's not going to end well for him. And it's going to teach us some important lessons here about the 5 Ds, about how important it is to know what you're doing if you're going to choose to defend yourself against an armed robber, and we're going to think again about our spiritual fitness. This guy just pulls a gun and sticks it right in the chest of his intended victim, who tries to take it away from him, but you see the gun go off there. And again, let's go back and watch it in slow motion as the intended victim here tries to grab a hold of the gun and keep him from shooting him with it, but the robber's able to pull it back. It goes off the first time he does, and he shoots him again there, and he has died. I want to learn some important lessons out of this one. There are 8 lessons that are curated on my website. The link is in the description. Make sure you go and read those. But let's think about some of the most important ones here. So first one that I think about that I hear people say all the time, well, bad guys never put a gun right up against somebody, so your gun disarms don't work. That's simply not true. We see again and again that armed robbers will put their gun right up to somebody as an intimidation tool. But now we talk about the 5 Ds. That first instinctual thing is to get the gun, to deflect it, and to get the barrel off of you. So that first one is that deflect that gets it off you. That's very instinctual. Then you try to dominate, and that second D is dominate, but we don't want to try to just dominate the gun, at least the hand with the gun, if not the arm with the gun. And the reason that we're going to see here is that when we only dominate the tool, he is holding it by its most effective handhold. And so therefore he is able to pull it back to him. And you can see he uses the counter and he uses the distance of the counter. He also uses short arms. Usually in a struggle, the person whose arms are closer to their body has more strength and will win more times than not. And that's exactly what we see here. And now as he pulls back real hard, he squeezes and that gun goes off. And that's the first one that shoots our victim here, and the victim does die. So we do talk about spiritual fitness at active self-protection because you don't get to plan for the end of your life in many cases, and you want to be right with God and right with your family, have said everything you need to everybody, because you don't know when the last day of your life is. Got to learn how to practice those 5 Ds effectively, especially across a counter if you work in an environment with a counter, so that you can protect yourself, not suffer this guy's fate, and cover your asp.